Hey guys, Rick and Duke. Welcome to another episode of War HOGG Words of Wisdom, coming to you live from the corner of 5th and Main. So this episode, we're going to talk about the grind. Before we get into that, guys, don't forget, go to warhogg.com, kellydefense.com. Make sure you guys sign up for those newsletters. We got OTR training on demand. Hey, here's the thing. I'm going to ask you, this is your birthday year. Having, or had. Hey, man, do me a huge favor. Take 5 seconds of your time. Hit that subscribe button. Oh, by the way, leave us a rating review. And why don't you go ahead, leave us a birthday cake emojis in that review. So greatly be appreciated. Thank you for giving us your most precious commodity, your time to tune in. We couldn't do it without you guys. So again, thank you for that. Last but not least, patreon.com/on the range podcast. Bi-monthly Zoom call with me and Mark. And then we're on Vimeo. You can do the OTR training on demand. You've got Roku TV, Amazon Fire, all that other good stuff, man. But just do us that huge favor and please spread the word as far as On the Range podcast, War HOGG Words of Wisdom, and our Vantage Point. Don't forget, guys, the In Honor of Duco K9 product line has launched. So you can go to warhogg.com, check out the In Honor of Duco loop leash. Don't forget, Aimpoint has given us a coupon code, one of two that is known of here in the U.S. So that's WarHOGG5 to save you 5% on Aimpoint. And then don't forget, make sure you check out kellydefense.com, warhogg.com for all of our industry partners to save yourself a boatload of cash. So I think we've got all our admin stuff out of the way. So if you're new to the show, you ask, who's this Duco character? So Duco is my combat assault dog that I lost July 5th, 2021 to osteosarcoma. We started the show. We're going to end the show. So just a way to honor him and keep his memory alive. Don't forget, guys, if you know any World War II, Korea, or Vietnam K9 handlers, we're doing that documentary. Swing over to warhogg.com, shoot us an email, and love to capture that history before it's gone forever. So let's jump right into it. So this episode I entitled The Grind. Why the grind? Because it seems like that's the common term used in the entrepreneurial world, in life, just in general. The grind. What is the grind? So to me, the grind means something different to everybody. But you got to do this. Is your grind producing results? Let me say that again. Is your grind producing results? So you can sit there and grind, right? But are you actually going anywhere? So before we get into the whole social marketing and that AI of a debacle and manipulation, everything else, let's just talk about just some generalities with the quote grind, getting after it, whatever word you want to use, it doesn't matter. So first and foremost, there's got to be some results to what you're doing. So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So if you are out there grinding, whether it's physically, mentally, finance, marriage, whatever it may be, hopefully there's some type of result you're doing. And with that, of course, I always fall back to, boom, my notebook. It's what I keep what I journal in, what I keep my to-dos, my goals, my dry fire, my workout, On the Range podcast. Everything is in there in segmented different mini notebooks per se. So again, I think that's first and foremost, that if you are going to sit there and grind away, have some way that you can tangibly go, am I actually getting better? Am I improving 1% every single day? So let's say you're one of these, hey man, do you want to take up running? Okay, cool. You run your first mile that first time, it's like 10 minutes, right? Okay. Next time you go out, if you go run that same mile and you're, I don't know, 940, 950, man, you've got improvement going, right? It's continuing to grow on that. And I think that's the big key. Some of the aspects on the entrepreneurial side, when you look at the quote unquote grind. So let's look at marketing, for example. Man, you can grind away, and depending what space you're in, you can have huge success, or you can just be grinding to grind because that AI backdoor algorithm is going to just sit there and crush you like nobody's business. So here's a prime example. I'm in the firearms industry, right? No secret there. We train people, whether it's civilians, military, law enforcement, all known facts. However, when you look at all these different platforms, I don't care whether you're Google or your Facebook or your Instagram or your YouTube or Twitter or whatever else is out there, because they're all marketing platforms. They automatically have you at a hindrance. So how is it, let's use Instagram, for example. So I'm going to digress for a second and then jump into it. So where society doesn't care about winning or losing, but we sure care how many quote unquote followers we have. Doesn't quite make sense to Rick, but that's here nor there. All these platforms are just inundated with bots. I don't care which one it is. Doesn't seem like anyone is skewed. Even, LinkedIn has done a little bit better job, but you still get these solicitation emails. Hey, man, I got it. You're trying to drum up business. But at the end of the day, all these other marketing platforms, man, you're at their mercy. You want better reach? Pay us money. Listen here, Zuck. I've been suckered down that road and haven't really seen the return on investment for that, But do we still, if you want to say grind at social? Yeah, we still put out our content. We still kind of let people know what's going on. Hard to tell, who's real, who's fake. Because, this day and age, you see more quote unquote follower remorse, I guess, right? I guess those bots try to follow you, look for a follow back, then they bolt. I don't know. It's just, there's no clear cut, any type of rules guidance. You'll violate their community standards, whatever they are, because they change all the time. God forbid you put out false information, which titled the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech. And I can pretty much say whatever I want. But I say all that to go, yeah, you sit there and grind at it, but what is it getting you? At the same token, if you're not on social for running your business or whatever, man, I get so many guys that say it's toxic. Then get off of it. Don't follow people that are toxic. I mean, it's just, it's out of control. Jason Piccolo put a post in there the other day about not being able to follow Joe Rogan, and Joe ended up reposting it. And I merely just put a comment. Granted, Joe's pulled it down. I think Jason might have pulled it down as well. But anyway, I put a comment on there. Unbelievable, the oppression of freedom of speech. And I get people, it's not freedom of speech. It's not this, it's not that. And I'm like, people, have you lost your mind? So part of it is we as Americans have fallen sucker to think that somehow these platforms, which for those of us running businesses are necessary evil, can do whatever they want. And I agree and disagree to a certain extent. You ask for certain protections. You ask that you're not liable for what people say or do on these things, but you sure want to control what people say or don't say. But anyway, I slightly digress. My point being is, if it's working for you, great. If it's not, where's those other platforms that you can potentially grind at to get your message out there? What are you doing for collaborations? Are you actually getting up with other people so that they can help you help spread the word of your business and what you got going on? But just don't grind to grind, and what exactly is grinding? I don't know. I know what it kind of means for me, and really grinding is just getting done what you got to get done. Right. So unfortunately, seeing here at War HOGG Tactical, we have just a robust staff of individuals. We sometimes fall behind on things, especially when we're doing classes and stuff like that. So you step away, week, 10 days, whatever the case may be. And unfortunately, some of your admin stuff falls off the plate. We still try to do, our social marketing, because that's a key component you got to do. Although I got very little faith in that whole process, because some people see it, some people don't, even though they follow you and everything else. It's just a very odd dynamic. But then, just got to catch up with emails, and whether it's, sending people stuff or quotes or whatever the case may be. So it's just getting done the stuff you got to get done. But here's the bottom line. I love what I'm doing. Absolutely love. I wake up every morning, take that good first breath, thank God that I'm alive, asking for the wisdom, power, and strength to get through the day, what I've got to get done, let him guide me where I'm going. And dude, and we just go get her done. I get it. Sometimes, you've got more productive days than others just because of the way things pop up and things happen. Because that is called life, and life does happen. However, you want to be in control of the grind as much as you can. So think about it. Are you actually laying out what your day is going to look like? So we all only have 24 hours in a day. So if you think about it, you're burning anywhere from 6 to 8, depending on what your sleep cycle is, to sleep, right? So, you're 18, 16 hours right there, just gone. Okay, well, that's fine because you got to sleep and rejuvenate the body. However, the time that you're awake, have you laid out actually your time for the day? Hey, man, I'm getting up at this time. I'm getting up. I'm going to sit there and spend, drink some coffee, get on social, knock that piece out, see if there's any email things that came in the night that I need to address. Oh, by the way, spend some time with mama because you got to build your marriage, right? And then what are you getting done? Are you a early morning workout person? Are you, hey, lunchtime workout? You evening, afternoon? I don't know, but you got to schedule that stuff in, right? So put it on the calendar that, hey, at whatever time I'm getting my workout in. If you're a podcaster, boom, what podcast you got coming up? I.e., hey, man, I got to schedule time and go burn a War HOGG Words of Wisdom or do a podcast with Mark and on the range or a guest or whatever the case may be. We were just on Jack Carr's podcast, Danger Close podcast. Man, what a great time that was. So you've got to annotate this stuff on there. Oh, you got to get content, you got to make content, make yourself better, read, think about what are you grateful for? Look for that act of kindness when you're out, fulfillment with, canine product line stuff. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But like we've got a cutoff time, I'll tell you all straight up, hey man, orders put in after 1:00 get fulfilled the next day, just because that's the time we've got, hey man, we kind of hit that window 12:30ish. Let's get everything to our 12:30, 1:00, let's run everything through, catch everything up. Yep. Labels all printed, everything packaged, and then boom, hopefully the post office is still running because God knows they don't like to deliver mail on a daily basis now. Not quite sure what they've got going on, but anyway, got to get a trip down there and drop that stuff off. If you've got business calls in there, hey man, try to get them scheduled. I got it. Sometimes they just pop up and people call and you got to take them. But again, that's burning, if you want to say your grind day away. But really it's trying to have as much of a plan and just not ad hoc throw stuff at the wall and hope it sticks. So, as long as you got your purpose, as long as you got your drive and you enjoy what you're doing, I wouldn't use the word the grind. Dude, I'm just going to work to get her done. Knock it out, crush it, whatever word you want to use. But to me, the grind just, man, words are powerful. And I don't know that that's the best word to show, hey, the productivity, because people tell me all the time, man, I see you grinding. Do you? Or do you just kind of see what I'm putting out on social and you're kind of pulling stuff that way or via the podcast, whatever the case may be? So I tell you guys all that, figure out what you're going to do, figure out your schedule. Don't forget, you thought you're going to sneak out and not get that accountability check. Au contraire. So don't forget, hey, if you're still listening to the sound of my voice, it's time in the day. Make sure you get your dry fire in. Don't forget that workout. Hopefully you've knocked out, hey, what you're grateful for, those 3 things first thing in the morning. And man, looking for that act of kindness, man, it rejuvenates your soul. Sit there and stand there for 5-10 extra seconds, sit there and hold the door for somebody, man, it makes you feel good. But just have a plan, have your goals, have things laid out, and don't look at it as a grind. If you're sitting there grinding, going, man, I'm just grinding and grind, dude, I need to see results in my grind. Typically give people, hey, a couple shakes. People aren't responding to phone calls, text, emails. All right, man, I've done my due diligence. I can't keep grinding on that one. I've got to go move on to something else. So just food for thought on that one, guys. But anyway, please do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. Help us beat this whole crazy algorithm. Don't forget, if this is your birthday year, having or had, man, go ahead, hit that subscribe, leave us a rating review, that old birthday cake emoji, man, stick it in there. And at the end of the day, guys, just be a good person, man. 1% better every single day. And, yeah, don't forget, have your notebook. Boom, there it is. And yeah, since it's right there, copy the Constitution. Go ahead and read that bad boy as well. And you guys just sit there and have a great day. So God bless you. God bless your family. God bless our troops. And God bless the United States of America. Rick and Duco out.